Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Wednesday, number 19 day for this number 1 month for this year 2022. My name na Capo Daniel, the Deputy Defense Chief of the Ambazonian Governing Council, aka Sense Pass King. Welcome to our daily podcast. This one, it will still be a special edition with my promise release of the last conversation I had with Milton TAKA, the spokesman, the Secretary General, the Minister of multiple position of the IG. But first, we celebrate good news with come from Buea.
Par transport alive. General Sagat. Ya plaisir. Transport alive. Don't enter bush.
Commander Transporter for the Mountain Lions, he then attack a occupation checkpoint where they be set them up for Buea, killing one Cameroon surgeon. The Cameroon surgeon, he will be popularly known as Bago for inside Buea. He then die for hospital from gunshot wounds them from the Mountain Lions. If La Republique, he be feel say he then use bribery and corruption spiced up with tribalism for defeat Ambazonia for inside the capital city of Ambazonia in Buea, they have made a big mistake. Even from ashes, Ambazonia will rise. Dry bones will rise. There is no manipulation that is going to be able to stop the quest for Ambazonian freedom. Those who have written off Ambazonia in Buea and many other places should know it's just a matter of time. Ambazonia will take over. For those enablers, collaborators of the colonial regime who think that somehow this thing is going to end with a compromise with La Republique and they can somehow sneak in, play games and stand with the occupier, their days are numbered. Ambazonians will be free. Stand with the liberator, stand on the right side of history. No occupation, no annexation, no colonization, no subjugation have last forever. Even La Republique knows that a day for reckoning will come. A day will come when the British Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia, will go. We are certain of our victory. We are certain of independence. For inside Victoria, news to the commodity Camway Cameroon military, they ran some their surgeon too for day. It don't come out the move gun, it threaten people then when they get land dispute would ye make people they know say if you take advantage for this war for grab land, especially for the Atlantic state and many other places then would they get example, you will have to face justice eventually. Justice will catch up with you. If you been a chief, you partner with La Republique because you feel say you go take advantage over people then where you want impose yourself on. Or for land, for grab land, eventually justice will catch up with you. Fellow Ambazonians, as I be promised, I will release a conversation I began with Milton TAKA. The main purpose, primarily, na me gonna hear at the end of that conversation when I be bring up the topic of General Okoro, the Milton TAKA, a conversation them with the picking them for General Okoro. He immediately dropped the phone. That one will be a week before the assassination of the chief of Buchi. Those are all indication of guilt, and it will be an opportunity for me for let una know how liar these people are, shameless these people are. They will take advantage of our people despite the plight on the ground, despite the blood we see on the ground. They will continue to play games with our people. Milton TAKA is still calling himself in South Africa His Excellency, as I've taken time to at least take a look at his background, where he is, even in his own church. People there call him His Excellency. Where are we going with this type of people? who care about nothing other than their glory, pride, and they put it at head of the survival of our people. The conversation we una be about for here, na conversation where I be getting with Milton TAKA before he go out, he make a speech where he begin condemn Ayabacho, twist the narrative on things we get information already about. He also be worth noting for Ambazonian people. Say this incident also it be happen, this conversation, in the backdrop of our launching of the liberation tax and the arrest of Kamwata, their representative, by the Ambazonia Defense Forces. At that time, Milton, if he go for social media, if he talk how the family, he don't engage them, and if he do so now on behalf of the family, we understand, say, one of the family member, a cabinet member for the IG, but no person where he be get the interest of this individual them for the act the way these people they for the act politically. 4 days after the release of the Kamwata, their manager, the regional director, Milton TAKA, he called me. He still ask him whether they don't release that man or not. Where it means say he no be even get communication with the family, but yet he be go on social media, the talk now on behalf of that family, and did not even know that that man have been released, even after we have made publication. So with that, let's listen to the phone conversation. I will be interjecting to put perspective.
My brother, I hope you know that you and I, number one, we very respectful of each other. I was very mad when I had your conversation shared in the public the last time.
Which one?
No, the one that you and JC spoke and ended up in public.
That came from your side. JC apologized to me. She told me, she recorded me, sent it to 4 people. Yerima and 3 other people that she's sure they didn't share it. So it was her way to tell me that Yerima released that audio. So that conversation was released by you guys, not me.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. You see, for me, my brother, let me repeat something I told you while you were in cabinet there. I did say that if we want Comrade Yaba to lead this revolution, let's not push it on social media. You know you cannot be my leader by pushing it on me, you know that, right? You need to be able to galvanize the area where leadership is taken and sell yourself and get people see you as a leader. The politics I see you guys doing, unfortunately, is very counter-revolutionary. It would take away the few people still supporting a revolution. If I do not come out and talk with a level head, if I talk the way I've listened to you, Asu, Comrade Yaba, and Nispi, my brother, would destroy a revolution. You guys are on the wrong leg, my brother.
No, I think this is where we differ, and I think this is where you have to really get it the way we see it. When you say for you to impose somebody, if we want Ayabacho to impose himself as a leader, or we want to impose Ayaba as a leader on people, it will be counterproductive. You get it all completely wrong. Ayabacho is leading. Ayabacho is the leader. Not because he is the leader of the governing council or we impose him, because he is actually the leading person on the actions against La Republique. To be a leader is not an entitlement, or it's not something we have to come and ask you guys to endorse. It is by his actions and what his organization is doing that makes him a leader. If you are talking about collaboration, that is a whole different thing. I think we have to collaborate. We have made certain offers on how to collaborate. We had a joint committee that was set up to work modalities with Cosmos and the rest that Seseko was involved. And we have made submissions to Seseko and Ayabacho on formats that could work for both sides to collaborate. But when it comes to leadership, make no mistake, Ayabacho is leading. In terms of diplomacy, in terms of military on the ground, he is leading. If you want to contest it, that would just be a negative. I think that is the negative aspect that we get coming from your side. He doesn't need somebody to lead. He doesn't need consensus. He is leading.
Let me tell you why I would not be interested in contesting it at all. If Capo Daniel decides to call himself the leader of this revolution now, it's so immaterial. Our people are being killed. That's pure nonsense, my brother. Listen to me. I'm not going to say this on TV, but it's complete nonsense. What are you leading? Dead people, Forget about this leadership thing. If Agofsi had wisdom, my brother, you would focus on strategic collaboration, be at the center of collaboration, and emerge as the people's leader. Sako calls himself a leader. Yerima calls himself a leader. Ayaba calls himself a leader. Who do you think wins? La Republic?
No, no. The logic of blame games or calling names is wrong.
I followed you and Sako. I was so disappointed.
Sako called himself the president of Ambazonia. Siseko called himself the president of Ambazonia. Ayabacho does not call himself the head of state. He is the leader because he is leading. It's not about title. And he is leading. He is leading on the ground. His forces are leading. He's in diplomacy. He's leading there. It's not about... No, we have to be very frank, my brother. We have to... I like you because you're always frank. But we have to be frank about this.
My brother, it is immaterial. We are fighting the wrong battle. It doesn't matter. Okay, yes, Ayaba is the leader of the revolution. And so what?
And so let him lead. And people have to support his effort. But if you... Say again?
My brother, listen, if they ask you guys to liberate us, I pull up my hands and everybody does. Will you guys liberate us?
As much as we want you to support us to liberate the country, if you think that you can, if you can even think, Mr. Milton, I know you came to this struggle for the people. I've watched you, listened to you, I've seen your energy, I've met you personally. If you are really fighting for Ambazonia and you are going to remove your hand from the revolution simply because we say that or we acknowledge that Ayabacho is leading, how patriotic that makes you to be.
You are Agofsi people. It is okay for you to try to push your leader. There's no problem. But what I'm saying is, can we be more strategic? Agofsi, let me put it. Remember, you don't listen to yourself. There's a current video with you and Asu. Go listen to that video, my brother. You, Capo Daniel, you are one person who's given his entire life for this revolution, who can be killed anytime by the enemy. What that means is, whatever we do, we must ensure that the liberation is not affected. What I see as Agofsi official policy is attack everybody and position Comrade Ayaba as the leader. It's not the first time you've tried to do that.
No,
that's not how
no. I think that is... Can I request you to really rethink about what you are saying? So you are saying that Yerima will come out and attack me and direct attack against me and the Ambazonia Defense Forces. The Cameroon military have followed up with the audio saying that they are going to attack our house. They came to our house, shoot bullet in my vehicle, and promised to come back and burn my house. And we respond and you say that we are attacking everybody. No, we are responding to what you guys did. It's wrong. You guys cannot keep on doing things and then you come back and you accuse us of doing the same thing.
Comrade Capo, let me explain this to you. I am Comrade Ayaba. I want to put myself in Comrade Ayaba's place. I find the actions of Comrade Yerima not acceptable. I will not go out and attack Comrade Yerima because once I do that, it will attack the revolution. I will call him back and make sure we fix this. I have scheduled a meeting with Yerima and some of our leaders will attack Comrade Ayaba. And that stopped. You don't do it in the gallery. I'm never going to support you attacking our own liberators, even if they make a mistake in public. I will not, my brother. It's wrong.
No,
when you do that, you literally don't know what you're doing, but you are given a license or La Republic agents to get in. Some of the things you read about you now will not be written by my people. They are written by La Republic agents. I told Sako this 4 years ago. We cannot attack each other in public. I am never going to accept it. I will leave a response to them and you listen to my response. It is not going to attack you guys because it's wrong.
I'm very happy that you know that when people make those statements, La Republique acts on them. And I hope you know that applies to what Yerima is saying and what you guys have been saying on SCBC TV on your town hall, saying that the ADF is running a kidnapping for ransom scheme. I hope you know the ramification of that. And that is what you should be telling Yerima. But if there is anything, I actually agree with you that we shouldn't be attacking each other's position on social media when we have a collaborative platform. But you have to know that when there is an issue that have public interest, or when somebody goes and says something in the public, you have to correct it. For our soldiers to be exposed because a leading faction, and we find soldiers in Bafut making inquiries about the unit that was involved in that arrest, it tells you already that people are taking advantage of what he said. And you should have been very mad with him for doing that, and make sure that the corrections are made. But you went out there and you double in on it and said that we are kidnapping for ransom, and even questioning our legitimacy for prosecuting the revolution.
You're not very careful my words. Go back to my video. What did I say? I didn't say you kidnapping. I didn't. The one person you must know is very careful in this revolution is me. I have no reason for attacking AGOC because it doesn't work in the favor of our revolution. It doesn't.
It should be noted that you can go back to the video of Milton TAKA. He actually said the same thing, that we kidnapped the guy of Kamwata, doubling down on what Yerima said. I just want to draw that to the listeners' attention. This issue started with, out of a blue, out of nowhere, Mr. Yerima came out making statement that the Ambazonia Defense Forces have gone and arrest somebody. He called it kidnapping. Arrest somebody without consulting them. We went and then we start implementing tax, and they made up all those stuff. That is what happened, and we were reacting before this conversation. Let's continue.
It doesn't, my brother. So all I'm saying is mistakes are made. And once mistakes are made, we must realize that AGOC and IGK are those that are leading this revolution.
So just to interject again, you would imagine that after all this talk from Milton TAKA, he's going to behave himself. About 30 minutes or 1 hour after this conversation, that is where he went and made that rant, insulting Dr. Cho Ayaba, indicting the ADF of all the same things that he is saying he didn't say in his previous video, just to draw that to your attention.
We cannot afford to fight in public, my brother. Yes.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. We can't be fighting this on public. That one I agree.
We can. Yerima attacks and brands AGOC, you get angry. All right. You know, we call it immediate gratification. You go out and you attack him, and now see the attack has gone into all of IGK. It's now gone to Sisiku. How does AGOC feel? How do you feel when you call Sisiku KIG?
No, but I never call him KIG. I've never called him that way. That is those are things what used by the pigs. But you have to understand that Yerima represents Seseko. Yerima represents him, and when Yerima do things like that can cause human life loss, have caused damaged property on my side, you have to really appreciate the gravity of what we are facing, and really, I hope you really see that we are not just coming to attack him. We are not doing that. We are responding, because we realize if we don't do that, we will leave a social media space where it had delegitimized our action and even direct attack against us. I hope you can appreciate that as well. We did not just go that we want to just criticize like that. No. We are responding in something that has been left in public space.
With all of this drama, we end up being all the losers. So can I ask? I'm going to release a message that I've been holding up. The message is going to be progressive. Can I suggest that you are a leader I respect in your camp? Make arrangements. I'm going to do the same thing in my camp. Let's have a meeting and attack each other behind the scenes. Put this behind us and focus on the liberation. Because now we're giving La Republic a Christmas holiday and I cannot afford to see this.
So, after all this talk that Milton TAKA is talking behind the scene, he went out to insult the AGOC, insult everybody in the ADF. I think he was just he was afraid of our reaction, and he made this call thinking that when he goes out and insult, then I will take his advice. That is how hypocritical these people are. Their words mean nothing. They have zero integrity. Let's continue.
You see, the mad guys within the IGK are equally attacking Comrade Ayaba and yourselves. Where does that leave us? So we have to stop the madness.
No, let's meet. I think it's right. That's the right thing to do when we have things like this. Let's really meet and talk and sort it out. I think it's better that way. I had we had that debate also even within the governing council, and I made the point that there is no way you guys will accept for a meeting because you guys will always want to avoid things and then just claim that it is accusing me and accusing you. But if this is coming from you, I'm very happy, and I will inform our cabinet and the governing council that that is what you have proposed, and let's follow up and work it out so that we can actually have a face-to-face conversation. For the meantime, I'll forward you the audios that was made by my country people. I'll also forward you the videos of our compound that was attacked. My elder brother has now gone to Nigeria. He's now in Abuja. He just left about a week ago because of this incident. So those are the things we are facing as real consequences of what is going on. Apart from the debate, it's not just social media. It's happening to my family. It's directly happening to my family. And they didn't mix their word when they came to our house. They came to ask the money we collected from Mr. Rogers. That money was never collected by my family. My family is not involved in whatever I'm doing. I make sure that I don't even talk to them regularly. I don't talk to them regularly, so...
I'm really sorry to hear. I mean, I know for sure because being a fighter myself, I mean, almost every family would say, pull back, you're putting us at risk. But if you pull back, we'll fight.
Exactly.
So you can put... In every country, there are people who must sacrifice for every other person. So I'm really sorry with what's happening in your family. I mean, I know. I mean, my family has a heavy story. I've lost family members killed at close range by La Republic, but that must never be put at the forefront because other people are definitely people with blood in their systems, you know. There's something I wanted to say. You see, it would have even been better if those statements were made by you.
No, I think you don't really appreciate what is really going on. I'm a top deputy of Dr. Chua Yaba. For anybody to put my life and my family at jeopardy and put our forces at jeopardy, our forces are the leading forces and the most structured force on the ground. If you delegitimize them, you are putting the whole revolution at risk, my brother. You have to really appreciate it from where we stand from. You are looking at this thing as a very simple thing, but you should appreciate how it affects us and how we look at it. Imagine if I have to stop this struggle, if my family have to force me to stop. Imagine if our unit in Bamenda that was involved. This is the anti-kidnapping squad you're talking about. These are people who have arrested over 36 people who have been doing kidnapping for ransom in Bamenda. This is the same unit of Cross and Die. This is Cross and Die. You can know their history in this struggle. Imagine if the guys in Bafuru who are always having the argument with us, they suddenly have to think that we are now working against the struggle, and they start to give intelligence to one or two people, and those guys got killed. That is how Ayabacho sees it. He sees you exposing our structure on the ground to possible infiltration, because people love Siseko. You can never minimize what they say. People listen to what Yerima says. It's not like Don Pasho that you send to come and make things that we cannot even listen to him. Yerima, for goodness sake, is the one who made that statement. So we cannot take it lightly.
My other question to you is, why is it so impossible for AGOC to collaborate with the political arms of the struggle? I mean, you remember that's a very bold statement. Why is it impossible for AGOC to collaborate with us, to collaborate with John Bakoro's group and so on? Why can't we work together?
My brother, let me ask you this question. Are you aware that the AGOC and Siseko had formed a commission to work out modalities for collaboration?
I was inside. I was actually one of the lead persons.
All those suggestions, those consensus that was made, who rejected it? We accepted everything. There is a submission made by Carson Anyangwe directly to Siseko and directly to Ayabacho. Siseko have never responded till now. We have always been there to collaborate. We have actually extended our hands to collaborate with you guys. It is unfair to say that we are the people who don't want to collaborate. We are collaborating with John Bakoro. As I'm talking to you, he has given me 4 missed calls. He calls, we talk to each other, consult on each other, even on our outing. We collaborate on every level. So I think you guys are the ones rejecting collaboration. For according to what we see, it is not us at all. It's not us.
Carson Anyangwe was not even part of the collaborative task force from IG Care. There was a collaborative task force from IG Care and from AGOC that had to work on modalities on self-defense, diplomacy, raising funds, and so on. We need to that's where we need to revisit to see what went wrong, because clearly that was structured and would have helped the revolution. We currently, I mean, this revolution, if you ask me, it's running on autopilot because we are not willing to have this revolution by working together.
No, you know that's not true. We plan our attacks, we plan our missions, we have a roadmap. It's not for us, our forces are not acting out of autopilot. We have a mission and we have a program we are following. I know there are some loose groups that are there without any proper structure that takes actions on opportunity and stuff like that. But we are very sure of what we are doing, and we have a program of what we follow. It's not autopilot, not at all. The vast majority of actions, even carried out by our sister forces, are done with well planned. We are well planned, are well coordinated. It's not autopilot. It's not. Maybe you guys. That's why we are saying that I had actually proposed to Yerima personally on how to get a defense structure on the ground. Propose people that are already who had worked with Seseko, like Chris Bongam and many other people, for him to get a face, to get forces. The guys you guys bought weapons with in Mavas, I'm the one who encouraged them to get that contact with you guys, encouraged them to build that structure that you guys are having today. So we definitely have a hand in what we are doing. It's not on autopilot. It's not.
So what I'm saying is, I mean, we all agree that where the revolution is now, we are winning. That's my very personal opinion. I think 2021 has really been a good year for us. 2020 messy year for us. That's a very personal opinion, because our people now fully understand that there's no turning back. But why can't we work together? When I talk of autopilot, what I really mean here is if we had put forces together, and when I talk put forces, we don't need to have a national army. We need to have a way where we are structured, because there's so many groups. Even the boys in my village, you see them flip-flopping between groups. Again, because we seem to be so aligned to groupthink. Personally, comrade, my brother, you know I really don't care about being a member of a particular group. If you follow me up very well, it's not important. I don't see why I can't project IGK over AGOC or AGOC over IGK. For me, it's stupid.
No, but you have done that now, my brother. You know, I talked to Okoro. This is a guy we have trained and we have provided arms. He has given me, I have transcript of your conversation with him, advising him that he's projecting the AGOC, the ADF. I mean, that is in your village. The guys there talk to me. Every day we have a base. As I speak to you now, our Supreme Commander is there. So, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I think the way forward is what matters. And you have made a proposal that is really, I think that's what we want to hear. And now get our guys be informed. I'll talk to Dr. Cho, our president, and let us prepare for a follow-up. And let's see whether we can sit face to face and really trash this thing out. It's not good for us to be.
So that was the end of the conversation. When it comes to the soldiers in Pening, it should be noted that they have been the joint committee of the task force for collaboration between the IG and the AGOC had submitted their proposal on various ways for us to unite. The Ambazonia Governing Council, our leader, Dr. Chuayaba, accepted everything. Seseko rejected them. Another proposition that was made out of that committee for collaboration was made by Capo Daniel personally. Ayabacho have accepted it. Seseko have not responded to it. Dr. Cho and Seseko have had face-to-face conversation on proposal made by the AGOC of 3 different formats for collaboration that will bring unity in collaboration. Seseko did not respond. So it should be clear who don't want collaboration in this issue. Remember that the IG is a group that illegally transforms Kakuf, which was a property of the AGOFC and the other nationalist group, but yet the AGOFC still recognize it as a group of its own. Even with that humility, you can still imagine the arrogance, the lies, the distortion of reality. You should know that after this conversation, 30 minutes after, or 1 hour or so after, Milton TAKA went out and did the video where he was insulting the ADF, insulting Ayabacho, and still saying all those lies. The first part of the conversation that was not recorded actually explained the detail of me providing him the facts about the questions that was on the table, yet he ignored everything and go and lie because they think they can get away with lie. Can you imagine me sitting and listening to Milton TAKA accusing us that we want to destroy everybody so that we will be the leader, when he knows that we have proposed to them collaboration, they refuse. When he knows we are already collaborating with other factions, he knows about the coalition in the CDN leadership retreat. But simply because they believe that when they go and say that in the public, it is going to affect us negatively in PR. So they will go out there and lie. They go out there and deceive. They go out there and say things because they think our people are stupid to believe them. So they use that like a blackmail against us, thinking that the whole notion of a government has given them a psychological grip over our people so they can continue to manipulate them, and there is nothing we can do about it, even when they know that it affects their liberation negatively. These people do not love Ambazonia than they love themselves and their egos. They are not putting Ambazonia first. This same Milton TAKA has apologized to all the Ambazonian activists about the mistake they made to go ahead and make this government. The same Milton TAKA have told us that Ayabacho, after they pick up Siseko, should be the leader. The same Milton TAKA will not support him. And they will say that when we come and we say he's a leader, it's because we want to make him a leader. No. He is a leader because he is leading. People don't lead by entitlement. That is not the La Republic system we are living in. We in Ambazonia, or we want to live in. That will only lead us to where La Republic is. We are a free people. We must embrace truth, honesty. We must be courageous to put down our egos. And even when we think we can get away with lies, to speak the truth, because we want freedom and we want our people to be free.